Hey y'all from Spindle Mountain Mercantile. I am Heather. Welcome to my YouTube channel. The first thing I want to share in this video is this picture I took last year, and then I want to show you the picture I took this year. Up in the left-hand corner of the first picture, see that tree? It's about 65 feet tall. This is the same tree laying on the ground. A year later, after Hurricane Helene came through. I'm not showing you this to make you feel bad or sorry for us, because we were actually blessed. Where we're located in upstate South Carolina, there were quite a few deaths. A man from our church with the bluest eyes I ever saw lost his daughter when her car was swept away by a flash flood. You know, I had to reevaluate who I am as a person because I got upset I lost internet, you guys. I did not even lose power. Out of 98,000 customers in our county, 92,000 lost electricity. We weren't one of them. For weeks, some were without power. Roads were closed and school was let out. And the house 2 doors down lost their entire house to one huge tree. I thought maybe it just went through to the attic, but the branches and limbs went all the way down through their ceiling. I don't think that house can be repaired. I don't know why we were spared, but it is incredibly humbling. As for our neighbors north in western North Carolina, who are just a couple hours away, please continue praying for them. And if you can help financially, I recommend finding a church or social organization in the area you want to help and send your money directly to them. And that ensures that your dollars will go directly to helping people in need. Thank you so much for everything everyone's done so far for my neighbors to the north. Wow, I sure did not mean to get that heavy. It was organic when I saw that picture and the tree in the back. Okay, so let's work on this. I'm gonna just show you how to make these molds. This mold cast is called Toadstool, and it's from Iron Orchid Designs. I am just going to pick a couple little samples to show you. I'm putting cornstarch in the mold to help the clay release, and I'm using Iron Orchid Designs air dry clay. You guys, this is the best clay, hands down. I have tried many, and if you don't want things to crack or fall apart or crumble, this is the clay for you. Only problem is they don't sell it in bulk, and boy do I need it in bulk because I love using this stuff. It scared me at first. So right here I'm putting one strip in the top and then one on the stem. That's not recommended. It's much better to use one piece of clay throughout the whole mold, and that way it won't tear as easy or break or fall apart and crumble. However, since I'm using the good stuff, I will show you in the end that it was okay that I used 2 different strips. So I'm just going to keep pressing down, and you can see it coming up a little bit. I like to use this plastic tool that I got, I think at Harbor Freight or Dollar Tree, and use it to rub off the clay to make it smooth if I'm putting it on a flat material like the boards that I use to make these trees. I can just use my fingers. Along the edge of these molds, they have a trademark invention called micro rim, and it's an area just really super thin that outlines the mold, and it raises up so that when you rub your fingers across it, or like I did with that plastic scraper, it is so much easier to wipe off the clay and leave a clean line. With molds that don't have the micro rim, you often have to cut pieces of clay off or sand them down if they've kind of stayed behind. Did you see how that lifted right out? Using cornstarch in molds is a wonderful trick. It really helps the clay release. I keep my clay in the original package that it came in, and then I add it to a plastic baggie that I can seal. Okay, here, look. This is the one I did 2 pieces on. And watch, This is how sturdy it is, even though I used 2 pieces. When I really mashed that together, it stuck. Isn't that cute? Now remember, these molds were already on these trees when I took it out to reflip it. So I won't be attaching them. But when I did put them on, this is glue I used. It's called Tight Bond Thick and Quick. You can buy it online at Amazon. You can get it at Harbor Freight, Lowe's, Home Depot. Lots of places carry it. I know what you're thinking, because I thought the same thing. This is so much better. When I look at the 2 pictures of the before and after, I think this one's better. But you guys, look closely. Look at that gold. I painted it like a 3-year-old. Oh my gosh, who are we kidding? A 3-year-old could do better. And I have nothing against 3-year-olds. I have some in my lineage. They call me Nanny. I do like the patina I did around the edge right there. I thought that looked pretty great. But, you know, it didn't sell, so we're going to redo it. I'm starting off with my cheapo paint. Now remember, I find stuff on the side of the road. I buy things on clearance. People give me things. You guys, I'm cheap, okay? When I'm a big YouTube star, I won't be so cheap, and I won't have to use this paint that I paid 4 bottles for 95 cents from Ollie's, right? And look at this paint. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. It's called dark green. You can see on the label around where it says chalk, it says dark green, and the color around that is dark green. This is not dark green, y'all. This is blue. But again, that's what I get for being cheap. But let me tell you, I made a decision, and this is part of it. I decided I'm not going to wait until I'm a big YouTube star to use good stuff like paint. So, since nobody sells DIY paint in our area, my husband and I decided to become retailers. We now sell DIY paint at Centerville Pickers Market in upstate South Carolina in Anderson. You can also find it online and do a search for a retailer near you. But oh my gosh, I'm so excited to use the good stuff. But for now, here we are back to what I have. For this first layer, I used Rust-Oleum flat black spray paint. And the reason you do that is because you want, oh, look at my fingers. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Look how clean the background is. And then watch till the end. I did some other projects in between here, and oh, my hands. Goodness, you guys, I'm a slob. I'm a mess. All right, so I'm putting the first coat on. I'm putting it over paint that won't come off when I wipe this back with the green that shall not be named. I'm gonna put this coat on pretty thick and let it dry. And while it's drying, we are going to make some wreaths. I like to call them my halo wreaths because they're going to hang on the top of the trees like a halo. So first I scrunch some of the sphagnum moss. We like to call it sphagnum moss because that's how it's spelled, sphagnum. You roll it up between your fingers and that gets it stuck together. Stretch this one out a little bit, take some off, make it just the right size. Once I get that part done, I'm going to do 2 more. Alright, before I glue these, I'm going to get my little doohickey finger cover thing from Dollar Tree because I don't want a big blister. Or I don't even want a little blister, to be honest with you. And this thing is kind of tight. I think it's made for little tiny fingers, and I have a big old finger, so it cuts off the circulation again a little bit, but I mean, that's still better than having a big old blister or a little blister. So I'm just gonna put the ends together and press down with my doohickey thing from Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna do that 3 times. And then see the pile that I'm creating with this sphagnum moss? I'm gonna push that all together and put some Gorilla Glue extra or heavy duty spray adhesive on the back of each wreath and then put the pile on there. And what that does is, well, first of all, it's a part of my waste not whatnot. I keep everything. It's kind of sad. But with stuff like this, it helps because when you put it on the back, you don't have to have as much volume in the wreath, and it's not see-through. My hands are getting dirtier by the minute, and now that I use that spray with this sphagnum moss, it's really going to be bad. So here we go. Make it. I had to cut some to make some more dust. Now we got all three done. And here we go, painting the second coat on after the first coat dried. I don't wait until the second coat is completely done. Ooh, see there? I remembered to paint the back. I never finished my projects. And I'm just now starting to learn that it's nice when things look good all the way around. Alright, so now I'm going to do some wet distressing. I found these wet wipes in the dumpster at my mom's, and I found some on the side of the road too. I don't know why people always throw those out. I hate buying them because they're expensive. They're usually dried out when I get them for free, but that's okay. I just spray them with my mister. With chalk paint, and I did use other kinds of paint, but since it's not all the way dry, I can still use a wet distress technique. And you just wipe it down, and all of the different reliefs will show black on the top where I've wiped it down, and the green will still be down in the crevices. And I decided to do some more on the sides. On the sides of these boards, you can see the saw marks where we cut them originally, and I left them there intentionally. I just sanded them down somewhat so that they wouldn't have splinters, but it would still leave that relief circle from the saw. Am I saying relief too much? I notice sometimes people repeat a lot of words. I don't want to do that, but you know, I'm human. Forgive me. Okay, now I'm doing the rub and buff, and look at this dot, this tiny little dot. I'm going to show you right there. See how tiny that is? That dot does a whole tree. I mean, this stuff goes so far. Cozy Junk Studio, she uses it a lot, and that's why I tried it. I got mine from Amazon. That's where I found the best deal. But it's also available at other places like craft stores like Hobby Lobby and Lowe's. So I'm going to do the sides. And you can see in just a minute here where one of those circles is right there. I'm only doing one side of the circle so that it accentuates it some more. And I'm adding a little bit more distressing with my wet wipe. These are so cool. These mushrooms have the relief as dots. Oh, I said relief again. You guys could play a drinking game. When I say relief, you can drink milk. I mean, you know. Please don't at me. I'm not saying for people to go get drunk. I'm just saying play a game. That is all. So the method I did before from last year where it looked like a 3-year-old did it, I used a brush as well, but I used paint and it was really hard to stick. This stuff sticks so well, you don't have to worry about it. And although when you get it on there, it's on. You don't wipe off rub and buff. But you do have much more control than you would with paint. And right there, you can see where the wood is kind of tattered. I did sand that when I first made these so that it wouldn't have splinters, but I left the tattered look. I like it that the wood's not perfect. There's one of these that has a big knot on it. It's the tall one that I do next. And I tried to accentuate that knot. It looks so cool. Oh, gonna go back and do some more gold there. Oh, there's the knot. All right, got that one done. Ooh, the little bumpy parts. Y'all, the people who own Iron Orchid Designs, the creators of it, are sisters, and they're awesome. You need to go watch them. They're so funny and clever. Oh, are they clever? I don't know if they come up with all of those designs on their own. They have a great team. They are really, really good to their customers. Just an amazing group of people. But the talent is just beyond compare. I don't know how they think of these things. I wish I had that brain, and I think they probably have more days or more hours in their days too. I'm pretty sure, because they get so much more done than me. Okay, the wreath halo nests. They look like nests too, don't they? I decided I think I don't want them to all go the same direction. Oh, look, there's the rub and buff. There you can see what it looks like. Not sure. That was random. All right, so back to the halo wreath nests. I'm going to place them on top by using just a small amount of hot glue on the back. Oh, you see that top corner? I added a little more rub and buff to that, to each corner. I thought it looked a little better. Oh, didn't have enough rub and buff, so here we go. Need some more, always more. All right, so I put a dot on the back, and then on one side, got it down, and then put it on the other side. And I did that to all three. And the last little one, the halo wreath nest, is going to go the other way. And here we go. We're done. That is how I flipped this. Okay, I'm telling you right now, if you like the first one, go back and look at it again, because it is not that good. The colors are awesome, I agree. But it did not sell, and it just did not look as good as these do. It was really hard for me to get a good... Oh, look at that. Look at all those little pieces of brokenness. Looks so good. Anyway, don't at me, all right? Just remember, one day I'm going to be a big YouTube star, and you can say one day, hey, I saw when she fixed the stuff she did that it looked like a 3-year-old made it. And that was way back in the day. So, if you liked this, I hope you will subscribe to my channel. I know people say that all the time, but there's reasons for it. That's what makes the videos get out there more for other people to see, and we want them to be there in the beginning too, right? You know, I want people to know that they can make these cute things too. And trust me, these look better now, I promise. Even though the colors might not be as great, people like that dark and moody color, right? That's what I did. I just do the things that make the people happy, and also things that make money for me so I can feed my family. I hope y'all have a great day. Don't forget to like it if you did. And if you didn't like it... Oh man, my dog's barking. Well, sorry about that. While I was recording, the UPS man came, so I had to hurry and put on a bra. And now the dogs think I'm leaving the house because I put on a bra. Bless their little hearts. From me, Hamlet and Rufus, I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Be blessed.